Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news today, so as always, let's get straight to it. The very first thing that I want to show you guys are some very cool images from Rebor. The very first thing that we have here are some images of the prototype of their kind of zombie T-Rex that they are creating, and having an actual look at the figure itself rather than just like 3D renders and stuff. It looks extremely cool. Like, Rebor always kind of thinks outside the box. They always try to be creative and come up with stuff that we've never seen before. They're definitely doing that with this one. I don't know that this type of figure has crossed the mind of many, so it's something that I am certainly looking forward to. And just looking at, again, this prototype, I'm very intrigued to see what the paint apps are going to look like. We also have our very first look at two different paint variants for their upcoming Dire Wolf, and they look really cool. You can also see again that we have different heads and stuff for the Dire Wolf, which is really cool. I think it looks nice and natural as a whole. They usually do a great job on their paint jobs as well, especially when it comes to the paint jobs recently. I think they've been on quite a roll with their paint apps and paint jobs. And then you also again have the other color variant, which is equally as nice as the first one. I'm not too sure which one I would say is my favorite. I feel like both of these are kind of equal to each other, so I'm not entirely sure which one I'm more excited about, but I'll definitely be picking them up when they do release. And then when it comes to Haolonggood, they've unveiled quite a bit on us recently. First of all, we have a statue version of a Daspletosaurus coming, and it looks extremely nice. Awesome looking sculpt, awesome looking paint job. It's been a little while since they had released any of their statue versions of their dinosaurs, but it looks as though they're going to be bringing those back now with the Daspletosaurus here, and I have heard, rumblings of potentially some more like the Dilophosaurus and possibly a Pachyrhinosaurus. I would actually like to get a hold of one of these at some point. I think they look really nice. On top of that, we have a Daspletosaurus figure coming. Not just one, we actually have two, and they both look awesome. Very excited about this. These actually were unveiled probably a week or so ago, and I just didn't have enough news to really put a video out, but very excited to show these off to you guys now if you haven't seen them. And on top of that, we also have lips on these figures, so very cool to see that. I just reviewed the Carnotaurus actually earlier today, and that one did not have lips, but maybe moving forward now with the Daspletosaurus, we'll have lips on the figures again. Very exciting as far as that goes, especially if you're a fan of lipped dinosaurs. And we also have the Ampelosaurus, and we have two different paint variants as well for this. Both look incredibly cool. It's been quite some time since we had a good Ampelosaurus figure, and both of these look phenomenal. Again, Haolonggood is absolutely killing it right now with so many releases, just a non-stop amount of new figures coming from them at all times, and I'm, of course, very excited about that, and just beyond excited to see a new sauropod entering their line. I think this is potentially the third sauropod, if I'm remembering correctly. But again, a very welcome figure to my collection, that is for sure. Possibly the best Ampelosaurus that is out currently. And speaking of sauropods, we also have an updated look at the Passion Charger Argentinosaurus. We can now see again what it looks like as a whole, the fact that there is a youngster here with the Argentinosaurus, and a good look at the base and everything, which I think looks very cool as well. This is definitely a model I'm hoping to get my hands on. I am a massive Passion Charger fan, as I've said throughout every review I've ever posted of theirs, as well as every news video that included them, and this looks like potentially one of the coolest releases that they've ever had. Like, I cannot even begin to imagine how cool this model is going to be in person. So the pre-order for this should be pretty much right around the corner, I would think. And speaking of pre-orders, we've got a brand new Marco Makes Rubbersaurs figure coming, and it is a Pachycephalosaurus. You can see that the pre-orders will begin on September 23rd, so pretty much right around the corner as far as this goes, and you can see all the information here as far as, of course, the time and where you would want to be to pre-order this figure. It looks awesome. Marco, of course, is the king of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World accuracy, I would say, and also one of the kings of producing the type of figure that we would all love to add to our collection. Again, giving us that classic Kenner feel with the rubber-style dinosaur. This thing looks insanely cool, and again, another figure that I absolutely want to get in my hands. I'm just addicted to Marco's Rubbersaurs figures, and this is a really nice surprise, if you ask me, to be getting a Pachycephalosaurus. And we have some brand new, very cool artwork, as well as, of course, the official date for the Kickstarter to begin for Cyberzoic. You can see that it will begin on October 3rd, so honestly, not far off from now. And the figures will be in 1/18th scale. And again, really nice artwork. Very cool as always. Anything that comes from David Silva is going to be a massive hit. So I'm sure this Cyberzoic Kickstarter will go above and beyond what we are hoping for. But I did want to show this off, not just to show you guys how cool the artwork looks, but of course as a reminder of when the Kickstarter will begin. And of course I'll have more videos in the future, mentioning this, but definitely take part in the Kickstarter like we have with all of the previous Beasts of the Mesozoic Kickstarters again on October 3rd. I also wanted to let you guys know that as far as Factory Entertainment goes, they will be releasing a Jurassic Park T-Rex skull replica, which is definitely pretty cool, something that's a little different from your average Jurassic Park collectible. This is currently available to pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, so if you are interested in grabbing one of these for yourself, I will include a link in the description to where you can do that. It retails for $124.99 on there, of course, plus shipping, which it's like $4 usually for shipping on Big Bad Toy Store. So make sure you check that link, grab that model if you are interested in adding one to your collection. We also have this very cool image from Jurassic Justin. He is letting us know that he will be working on a Baryonyx and a Suchomimus for the Cinema Collection that should be coming pretty soon, and it's very cool to see him kind of releasing some more dinosaurs because he's been so focused on the Dimetrodon and the Scorpius Rex and stuff for so long. It's definitely, I'm sure, a breath of fresh air to him to be working on something else. And the model, again, we only really see basically like some art here for it with the head and everything, but it looks awesome already. And then as far as Jurassic Park goes, I also wanted to let you guys know that as far as limited run games goes, if you have not heard, they are releasing a classic Jurassic Park games collection, and this pre-order will only go on until Sunday, October 15th, 2023. So you can see here that, again, it has quite a few different systems that are included that can purchase these games, and if you are interested, they have the regular version as well as a very cool special edition version, and both look awesome. Again, something that I really want to get my hands on. I'm hoping to get a pre-order in for these very soon, but I want to let you guys know about it as well so you don't miss out in case the pre-order ends before you find out about it. And then a thank you goes out to JPToys_official on Instagram for this information, but it appears as though we are getting some Jurassic Park NFT Funko Pops. Now, I don't know how many people are all that interested in the Funko Pop line, but you can see as we go through these, there are quite a few that they will be releasing. However, with them being NFT Funko Pops, you can't really get a hold of these unless you manage to collect all of the digital pops online or something like that. Like, I'm not very familiar with this. I have no idea how it works really, but I did see them posting about this. It sounds like it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to get a hold of these. Luckily, I don't collect Funko Pops all that much. I'm not really that interested in them. I buy them from time to time when I see them at Target, but it's not really anything that I'm ever beyond excited about. But if you guys are interested, again, definitely look into that, find out as much information as you can, and hopefully you'll be able to acquire whatever ones you'd like to get. And the final thing I have for you guys is the Beyond the Gates reveal for this month, which is a Velociraptor Blue and Owen Grady for the Hammond Collection. Now, first of all, we have Owen Grady. Owen looks really quite nice. They did a great job on him, if you ask me. Again, they always do a pretty good job on the Hammond Collection human figures, and he'll definitely be one that I'll be adding to my collection. I never really review the human figures for the most part, but I do collect them and add them to my collection. But when it comes to the newest dinosaur reveal that we have, again, we've got Velociraptor Blue, and if you look at this, this looks absolutely awesome. The fact that they have actually gone through the trouble of resculpting Velociraptor Blue entirely is fantastic. They did not reuse, I don't believe, any parts of the previously released Velociraptors in the Hammond Collection. They have gone ahead and completely revamped this raptor for the release of Velociraptor Blue. We now have glass eyes, or plastic, however you want to term those. We also also have much smaller feet. We've got a longer tail. Proportion-wise, I think she looks so good and is easily the best Velociraptor that has released from the Hammond Collection so far. The paint apps, they definitely aren't so great. I feel like they did a way better job on the paint apps of the Amber Collection version. I just don't think it looks quite as nice as that one did. The blue stripe seems like very awkwardly placed in the hip region, and the lower jaw being kind of like a white is just a bit too bright and stuff for what Velociraptor Blue would have. It's kind of like what you would expect when it comes to a figure like this, you know, in the Hammond Collection line. But I feel like the paint apps are definitely a little bit off, but still as a whole, it is a massive, massive improvement when it comes to this figure. And if you watch the Beyond the Gates video, they actually state that they are going to be including the glass eyes as well as much more proportionate feet on the Hammond Collection figures moving forward. So it appears as though our prayers have been answered when it comes to better proportions on the Hammond Collection. And Mattel, if you ask me, absolutely knocked this Velociraptor Blue sculpt out of the park. Of course, you can pre-order both of these right now on Target if you would like to pre-order them. They usually show up in store before the pre-orders ever go through, but you can pre-order them right now anyway if you are interested. I believe they are slated to release in January of 2024. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way. But until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.